Now we're going to get into some fish. So with this particular lesson today, we are going to make a very simple pan-fried fish fillet with some really nice snow pea greens. This is the green leaf of the snow pea before it grows into a pea. And then we're also going to make a very simple tarragon butter sauce, or a beurre blanc. Beurre blanc is a French name, which basically means white butter, but it's actually a butter sauce. So the first thing we need to do is take the fish fillet off our fish. So what I want to do with this particular fish is I'm just going to cut through, okay, the jaw line here of the fish, okay, and then I'm going to come down the back side here, all the way down, and then I'm just going to slowly start to peel away the fish, okay, and you can see it a little bit better here. So as my knife goes in, I just go right through the bones here. And you can see this is why having a flexible knife is good, because I can keep my hand out of the fish and my knife just flexes right in and is able to cut right through that. And then using a nice sharp knife, I'm just going to make some small incisions across the skin here. Okay, and you can see I've just barely cut into the fish there. Okay, so we're going to let our fish stock cook. When we come back, we're going to finish off our pan-seared fish with tarragon beurre blanc and snow pea greens. Okay, so our fish stock is coming along nicely. So now we want to start our butter sauce. So to make that, I'm going to take a little bit of tarragon, just the root end of some tarragon there. I've got a little bit of lemon here. I'm just going to make sure I get the seed out. Okay. I'm going to take a few slices of garlic, not too much. Then I also want a little bit of shallot. Okay, and then I want to start to make a reduction. I'm going to save this lemon for later, and I've also got some fresh tarragon here, which I'm going to just peel off here real quick, and when I need it, it'll be ready so I can just chop it and add it to my butter sauce to finish my butter sauce. Okay, so our reduction is almost done here, and again, it's too bad that you can't smell, because right now there's a very, very nice aroma of fish stock and wine and tarragon and all kinds of herbs. So now, this is just about finished. What I want to do is I'm going to get another pot, just a small sauce pot, and I'm going to put my china cap in there, and I'm just going to pour this right in. And I want to keep reducing this now. So all the flavor I need from my shallots and garlic and tarragon and everything, that's already inside this. So I don't need to keep cooking it with that. I can simply remove them now. I've also got some very cold diced butter. I've got a whisk. Okay, and what I want to start doing now is whisking in my butter. So I'm going to add in a little bit of butter here, and I'm just going to slowly whisk this in, just so it starts to emulsify. And you don't want to add too much. If you add too much, it won't be able to emulsify properly. And just start to whisk this in, make sure it gets nice and incorporated. So I'm going to take my chopped tarragon here and add this into my butter sauce. And this will give us a nice tarragon flavored beurre blanc, or French butter sauce. Okay, so that's how we make our tarragon beurre blanc. So I'm going to set this off just to the side here, and while that's resting, I'm going to start doing my fish. Okay, so we've got our tarragon butter sauce just staying kind of warm over there, remembering that we don't want it too hot and we don't want it too cold. I've got a pan here, which is fairly hot, And inside I've got just a little bit, again, of this very neutral grapeseed oil, which is really good for cooking fish because it's got a very neutral taste. So I just want the pan to get nice and hot. And I've seasoned this fish already with salt. And what I want to do is just take my fish and I'm just going to put it into the pan. And then I'm going to use a spatula just to press down a little bit. So now I've got my very, very nice fish that I've just started frying off. And you can see now I've got a very nice golden, flat, nice golden skin on my fish here. That's going to go back on the heat. So my butter here is just starting to melt. So I'm going to put in my snow pea greens. And I just want to start to wilt these down. And they'll form a very nice base for my fish. So my fish is just about finished. I'm just going to flip it over one more time onto the skin side. My fish, I'm just going to flip it back over. Okay, so my fish skin now is very, very nice. Again, I'm going to put in a little bit of garlic, a little bit of thyme, and then a nice piece of butter here. Okay, and that's going to help deliver some flavor into my fish skin. So that's going to go into my pan. So I've got this nice piece of fish here. And I've got these nice snow pea greens here. Okay, so we've got our snow pea greens, which have been just cooked a little bit in butter. And a little seasoning. We've got our fish here, which we roasted. We've got this nice crispy skin, which I've just basted in some herb butter. And then, of course, we've got our tarragon butter sauce, which I'm just going to finish with a little bit of fresh lime now. Fresh lemon. So I'm going to squeeze a little bit of fresh lemon in there. Just swirl that around a little bit so that just gives it some fresh citrus taste to it. And what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of this into the base of our serving plate here. And it's got a really nice balance between sort of being very, very buttery and rich and having a nice citrusy acidic taste. So we're going to take our snow pea greens and we'll just set that right into the base there just to add a little height and something for our fish to sit on. And then we'll take our nice piece of fish and we'll just place that very gently on top. And then I've got some nice microgreens here. These are purple basil sprouts. And so I'll just take a little bit of these and just lay them around a little bit around my fish, just to add a little bit of depth of flavor and a little bit of color to my finished product. So there you have pan-seared sea bass with snow pea greens and a lemon tarragon butter sauce. Hope you enjoy.